Hello, Catherine Yoga Cat here, and I'm very excited to show you something that we'll be practicing tomorrow in the restorative yoga for back care and scoliosis program. And it's something to do with Shavasana. So, you might have heard of this concept in yoga called Pratyahara, and it's one of the 8 limbs of classical yoga, and it means withdrawal of the senses. So when we're doing inward practices like restorative yoga, like Shavasana, like meditation or pranayama, our focus and emphasis is really on observing what's happening in our inside experience, what's happening on the physical level, what sensations we have, what kinds of thoughts are moving across our landscape, what kinds of emotions are changing. And this is to cultivate our inner observer, our connection with our inner observer, sometimes called the witness. And this is an aspect of our soul connection, our spirit connection, or true self, who is always looking out for our best interests. And one way that I found really helpful to facilitate me drawing inward and quieting my mind, because I can get easily caught up in, oh, here's these thoughts, and or here's this emotion, or here's this sensation, and then my monkey mind goes off on making a story and meaning and what that means, and fear of the future, worrying about the future, or regrets in the past. Oh, I shouldn't have done that because now I feel like this, and that was because I did this bad thing, or whatever the story is. It can be very seductive and takes me out of simply breathing, feeling, observing the sensation, the emotion, the thought, which is going to pass and going to change and going to move. And if it keeps coming back, then maybe I'll need to pay attention to it. But when I'm in yoga class, my job is really to rest and observe and not to get caught up. Don't allow myself to indulge in monkey mind or meaning making stories or anything that sort of feeds into tension and anxiety. My job is to really actually notice the tension, notice the holding patterns, and also notice if some of those thought patterns and beliefs and stories that I jump on start to then create tension and holding pattern in the body, because this is my experience, is I'm creating a lot of my own holding patterns, and it's not to blame or shame, it's simply part of being human. But the more I can observe this and recognize this, then I can make a conscious choice and say, oh, okay, I recognize when I start thinking in this way and observing this, and then I start to clench my jaw and clench my neck. Can I recognize, this is a valid feeling? However, I don't need to create tension and jaw pressure or neck pressure or whatever I'm doing. Can I accept my emotions? Can I accept what's happening? And this is a practice. This is why we call it a practice. So one thing that I find really helps is to get a blanket, fold it up about 4 or 8 times. If you have a thick, nice, heavy blanket, that helps. The weight helps quiet the mind. And then I'm tri-folding it here like an accordion 3 times. Depending on the size of your blanket, it might just be twice once you've got that long fold. And then you can put it on your head and tuck it in around your neck, under your ears or under your jaw, and have a little bit of a hood so that it covers your eyes. And then when I'm lying in Shavasana here, with this muffling the sound, muffling my sight, my eyes are closed, I draw inward, I feel the touch is the weight of the blanket, heaviness. So this is already addressing multiple senses and allowing me to go deeper inward into relaxation. Provided I have created a safe container, a calm, quiet place and practice for my nervous system, then when I invite withdrawing of the senses inward, reduce the external sensations and stimulation, and simply observe what's going on in my inner world, I find that I'm able to deeply rest at the end of my yoga practice, knowing I have done some physical movement worked out the kinks, and now I'm resting in Shavasana and allowing my nervous system to recalibrate itself, trusting in that wisdom, and knowing that that is one of the main benefits of Shavasana and purposes of integrating the practice at the end. So I hope you find this video helpful, and I hope you will join me for one of my restorative yoga sessions.